Hey, beautiful ladies. So I am in the south of France at my friend's house, and I am back to give you some readings. I'm just going to channel. I'm not going to read cards. I'm just going to tune into what you guys asked. So Sophia asked about her crown chakra and is it connected to source, and is there no one and nothing in there. If you ladies want to go to my TikTok, you can see I made a video on being Christian and being Christian Catholic, and also being able to be psychic medium and do energy healing and work with cards and all of that, and be a clear channel for the angelic realm, be a clear channel for even other beautiful beings of light that are not angels but can be ascended masters and things like that. So I've been doing this work for 16 years, in case you're new to this group and this video. And so 16 years, and in the midst of that, I have had a child, Hayden, who's now almost 13 years old. And I have to say, learning about chakra clearing, learning about working with the light, learning about just getting over myself and being willing to do God's work through me, and to be selfless and to not be so focused and concerned with my well-being, but being more focused and concerned with, like, how is this helping the world? How is this helping other people? How is this activating healers and light workers to do the work they're meant to do in the world? And how is this really removing this really thick pain body from the human consciousness that leads to wars, that leads to conflict, that leads to children being in harmful situations at home? How do we use the light to bring healing into the body and into ourselves? And how do we activate other people to do light work? So I've been kind of an activist with this, and it's been my full-time absolute mission, besides obviously being a mom. And yeah, it's real. Like, it's a real thing. Like, doing light work and being a full-time healer is a real thing. Like, it actually is possible. I just want to be a testament to that. So Sophia wanted me to look at your crown and wondering if it's cleaned up. There is a part of your crown chakra that is still small-ish and not completely extended to the light. It's still like your antenna to truth, your antenna to higher consciousness is like a little up. It's not up as far as it can be. And I think what's grounding you the most is obviously your child, or your children, but your younger one. There's still a sense of being a mom and wanting to stay grounded in your body. And we believe that if you visualized your mother archetype being really wrapped up in a lot of light, wrapped up in a lot of consciousness and awareness and truth, that she could allow the part of you that's really hungry for higher truths. Like, there's a part in you who's so hungry for higher consciousness, for higher awareness, to be able to tune into your own family of guides and angels, like to be able to really tune into what they would like you to do on the planet. And you've started to tune into that more and more as you've activated your DNA through the meditating with angels. And there is a hunger for, like, how do I channel more? How do I know more? How do I see more? And it really, I think, is something you can push up, and you can decide it, you can command it, you can go up to creator to really choose it and go higher. But you're going to need to make a deal and a compromise with the mother archetype and say, hey, I'm only going to channel from 10 to 2 when my kid is at school and he's safe, or I'm only going to really open up to this higher energy field because my husband's there and he can also be grounded here. I think there's a fear that, like, oh, if I start channeling such a high consciousness, am I just gonna, like, live on a bench and be, like, in a state of bliss, which is a byproduct to that. Like, you do end up having this incredible feeling of absolute peace. But I think it's just a matter of being okay with both roles, both energies, and we all are used to that. Like, we're all like daughters and sisters and wives and moms. Like, we all have a bunch of roles. Like, we could be a sister one minute and a mom, and then back to being a wife, and then back to being a coach or a mentor or a healer. So we do all of them, and I think it's just a matter of allowing them to coexist together. This is asking for you to exercise that crown, like, just keep meditating, channeling, exercising your crown to receive higher truths. I don't know if you've ever learned how I teach it with pieces of paper. You write things on pieces of paper, you fold them up, and then without knowing what's on the piece of paper, you start getting messages for them, written or typed on the computer, and you start to ask a bunch of questions about what's on the paper, and then you look at it at the end. And that really will work out like the ability to receive messages for things that you don't know, which is really cool. So yeah, I think you also, Sophia, it's really just accepting and integrating this next version of you who's able to be very strong in her spirituality, very strong in her ability to tap into higher truths, channel higher truth, connect to the law of truth, and channel your infinite self. I don't know if you've ever, I don't think you got that. In Divine Radiance marketing, we recorded, I think, 3 or 4 calls on how to connect to your infinite self and do energy clearing. Did I post that? I think I posted in the group. You energy clear with your infinite self, you remove entities, you activate the law of truth, which you have to go up to the 7th and then like the 7th plane and then back to the 6th to do that. And it teaches you how to ask questions to your infinite self to get really trained with receiving answers. So I feel like that could be really beneficial for you. It will strengthen you. In this photo, she's got really strong wings, like very like sturdy wings. It says to communicate with nature in French, which obviously you can do, but this to me, when I read the card for you, was like, you need to balance the root chakra, which is the red dress, with your magic, which is the wings, and accept the transformation and sort of like where you're going with this, and then exercise your crown was this one. Yeah. And yeah, and whatever fear you have about using your crown and getting messages, you can always ask God and Jesus Christ about that. I am sure you will get lots of very good, beautiful answers. That's why I love the pieces of paper, because you can ask questions in there and not know which question you're asking and get answers for it. So it's really, really awesome. All right, I'm going to check into Alison, right? Alison had some questions about her health. And I'm looking for guidance in 2 areas, health and detox. I really need guidance on next steps to lose weight and inflammation. I'm also wondering if the counseling program I'm considering is the right choice. Okay. Okay, let me check, Alison. Oof. And I'll put a link for anyone who wants the Infinite Self audio training. I think it's 100. It's 200 or 100, but you can save the videos forever, and it's really useful to have them in your toolbox because it's like I think it's 2 90-minute calls or more of us just doing this light work. So if you're serious about having is like something that supports your growth towards connecting to the light, it will be really useful, because then you guys get the answers for yourself. You don't need to be in doubt, you don't need to be hesitating, you don't need to be questioning. It's like your muscle of certainty of connecting to truth and giving each other readings. It feels really solid. Okay, Alison. Yeah, let me clean you up. You do feel a little bit horizontal, like very 3D, where you're going to and about things in your day-to-day life, like you're kind of caught up in the 3D, all of the responsibilities, all the things you got to do, and your throat chakra is blocked, it feels like. So let me calm the light to uplift you. Oh, wow. Your body responds really fast to the light. Yeah, you have a lot of questions about your path and your health. And it feels like the struggle you're having through your body is you're trying to reach, it's like you've been trying to, I don't know if you do Reiki, you're trying to do some sort of energy healing on others and yourself that isn't the right vibration for you. You need to potentially, I want to tell you to work with Archangel Metatron with his Merkaba cube, because he needs to upgrade you. He needs to upgrade your chakras, and he needs to upgrade your energy system, because you right now you're doing light work that's like 1.0, and you're upgrading your body to 2.0, and it's like there's a mismatch between either your body or the light work. There's something that's not aligning. And could you possibly script on pieces of paper, like, I've been able to upgrade my operating system. I'm allowing my Archangel Michael and Metatron to help me. My body is aligned with the highest frequencies. I'm able to channel higher frequency of light through my body. My body's adjusting perfectly and easily. And yeah, like, we need you to channel more light into your body, like a lot of light, like where you're going up, up, up into the light. Like, you close your eyes, you look up, you feel yourself go up into a ball of light, you feel yourself go all the way up to 6th, 7th realm, and you shower your whole body with the light, and you absorb it, absorb it, absorb it. See it really entering every cell, every molecule, every organ, like a healing vortex of light just moving through. It's really the most important thing you need to detox right now is an energetic detox. There's something called the healing vortex. Maurice Sapir has it on YouTube. It's if you've ever done RTT, like, I'm an RTT certified, and some other ladies here are too, but you could just find it on YouTube. I can post the link in the WhatsApp group, but you really need to detox energetically. It's going to change your life, because inside your energy field, you have attachments to certain foods that you're allergic to. And the light will help you cut your cords to the foods you're allergic to, and that you're still manifesting and calling in, because it's like the addiction to that food is still sucking it in. Like, you're allergic to it, but because you have a sensitivity to it and an allergy to it, your body craves it. It's like this, if you read about that, it's food cravings. Alcoholism is like, alcoholics have an allergy to alcohol and they can't stop because it just takes over. Do the healing vortex, work with the light. You get the aura brightener, you can find on my website. You've got the meditating with angels, but most importantly, script how you're on the other side of this. Like, I've been able to really detox my body easily. I love how my body feels. I'm able to channel higher and higher frequencies of light through my body. And through that cleansing, it will be so obvious to you the decisions you need to make for your career. I wouldn't try to make any decisions in that sort of energetic state you're in, because you're like not at the highest frequency. So when, on the scale of consciousness, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I'll pull it up. On the scale of consciousness, when we're in a low frequency, we just can't, how do I explain this? We're thinking thoughts that aren't truth. We're thinking thoughts that are patterns and conditioning. And so we think we need to do things that won't really help. It's just like, it's like foggy, like you haven't had your coffee kind of vibe, And I get that you want to detox. I totally get that. So I opened it up and then it disappeared. I have 2 computer screens, so maybe that's why it doesn't want to show up. It doesn't want to come up. I'll post it in the WhatsApp group because it's not cooperating. All right, Alison. Yeah, you're a being of light. Like, remember that. Everything comes to you through the light. Everything you call in will come to you. Everything you magnetize will come to you. Right now, you're trying to do in order to have results versus be and call things in order to have results. Does that make sense? So see if that resonates for you. And if, let me see if I can get a card that could help. Yeah, like you're a spiritual teacher. See what I mean? Just be your light. Try to find your light. And if you feel like there are people draining you, if you feel like like you may be connecting to someone whose cord drains you. Just suck your feelers back in, cut your cords. I do the scissors and the piece of paper one where it's the whole thing, but you just cut it with the paper. I can show you guys how to do that one. Cut your cords physically. I like to physically do it with paper and scissors, and then I use the scissors to be like this is, my friends laugh at me when I do this because I'm like, give me, like I go to their house, I'm like, I need to cut some cords, give me a pair of scissors. And it's like, what are you doing? I'm just cutting cords. Just don't mind me, cutting cords. I mean, it doesn't work for everything because some relationships I actually have to clear them more deeply, and I have to write letters of forgiveness and I got to release them differently. But sometimes it just feels good. Or another way to do it, if you know how to work with energies, you wrap their energy, that's on you, you wrap it into a ball and then you ground it far away from you inside a spiral. Over there. Don't bother me. Like that's what I have to do sometimes. Because I don't know if you guys experience that, but like I'll get intrusive thoughts. When they think about me, I'll hear it. And so it just gets intrusive, you know, like if I have a new boyfriend or something and he's thinking about me all the time, it's super intrusive. So I have to like wrap that energy and throw it over there and then cut my cords. And it doesn't mean the person disappears from your life. It just means you have a clean break. Like there's no energetic enmeshment. It's just very clean. So I'll cut my cords with my son, with my sisters, with my friends, with you know, my whoever is in my life as my lover. I'll cut my cords and then I'll leave him over there. All right, sisters, hope that helped, and I will see you soon, and I'll see if I do a couple more readings today. And yeah, I'll see you all in the WhatsApp group. Thanks for hanging out.